This conversation took place at their home between Eugene and Carlos. They are calling to each other and their long-lost friends. Carlos needs a roommate and he wants to Eugene come to New York. This conversation took place at Eugene's house between Eugene and his father. Eugene needs a heart-to-heart and Eugene wants to go to New York. This place took place at airport between Eugene and custom officers. The officers asked Eugene to Eugene's plan. This conversation took place at Carlos' home between Eugene and Carlos. They look around their house and talk about their house. This day is first day that Eugene go to English class. This conversation took place at English classroom and between Eugene and Mrs. Lin. They meet first time each other and it's the Monday and Carlos late at the school. This conversation took place at Carlos' home between Eugene and Carlos talking. Eugene can't stand Carlos because the home is so mess. This conversation took place at homestay house between Eugene and Mrs. Case. She recommends some sightseeing place to Eugene. This conversation took place at Central Park between Eugene and Maya. They talk about Carlos. This conversation took place at Central Park and between Eugene and Carlos. They forgive each other and make a plan to go to basketball game. This conversation took place at basketball playground between Carlos and Maya and Eugene. They watching basketball game. Carlos and Maya is a lover each other. Carlos and Maya is talking. Maya asked Carlos to go for a Broadway show, but Carlos disagreed. They're arguing and talking about their breaking up. Eugene swing by Carlos to consolidation Carlos. They talk about their dating. It's test time. Carlos doesn't bring his dictionary. Eugene cheers him up. This conversation took place at library. Eugene goes to library for tracking down a book on preservers, and he meets a librarian who down to the earth. Carlos and Eugene lost their way to the restaurant, so they decide to go to movie theater. Eugene and Carlos went to go movies, and Eugene came back so late. So Mrs. Case worries about Eugene not to study. The story takes place at Wall Street. Eugene and Carla meet first time. Carla asks Eugene to take a picture, and they feel good emotion each other, and they make another plans tomorrow. Eugene and Carlos is talking. Eugene looks like he just lost his girlfriend, and Carlos tries to cheer him up. This conversation takes place at English classroom. Eugene talks with Carlos and Mrs. Lin. They are talking about results of English test. Eugene and Carlos meet again. Carla ought to apologize to Eugene because she didn't make a promise. They're going to sightseeing together.